And we are underway. Very little breeze in the stadium. And a good kick about 3 yards deep. Down on the field. Here's Senior from right near Pearl Harbor. Looking to throw on the first play. Wants to go deep. There's a receiver open. Right out of the gate. NWO.
Deep shots. Jordan Ta'amu has a tremendous touch on the deep ball. Maximum protection and a beautiful throw to start. Brand new starting secondary for Alabama, and they knew they were going to get challenged tonight. First play out of the gate, Ole Miss strikes for a touchdown.
Matt Luke said we absolutely need to get off to a good start and build some belief. They were hammered by the Tide in Tuscaloosa. They're looking to see if he stepped out of bounds. He might have right there at the 2-yard line. Well, that doesn't look conclusive from that angle to me. What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty close. I mean, again, it's got to be indisputable evidence to overturn the call in the field.
That looks like he's out of bounds.
Right heel, white shoe on the white. I think they're going to have to line up and play goal line offense here at the 2.
They got annihilated last year, 65,000 awaits.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Not conclusive.
Right, that's why it stands and not confirmed.
And Luke Logan adds the extra point. Freeze. Looking for his biggest win as a head coach. Josh Jacobs brings the kickoff back. This is the second kickoff return by Alabama all season. The other one out of the gun with 5 receivers. The lefty on target. Irv Smith, the tight end, across the 40, and this is not a mistake. Alabama is averaging 309 yards per game passing. Swing past Damian Harris and another first down for Alabama. Lots of running room outside. It's been a porous Ole Miss defense. And Alabama scores on 3 plays as Harris.
Well, just poor defensive fundamentals. Here you got an end that's going to have a shot, another end that's chasing, and a safety that runs away from the play. You got to be able to make plays when you're unblocked. Here comes a defensive linebacker, misses it, the middle linebacker. Bad angle by the safety, and Damian Harrison. That was Momo Sanogo, who just had a bad, just like that, chance for a tie.
For the second time. Redshirt freshman from Mandeville, Louisiana. This one returnable for the freshman Elijah Moore. But Ole Miss's second play. They threw a 75-yard touchdown pass on the first. Trying to do it again, and it's incomplete. Looking for DeMarcus
protection
Lodge.
Again. Keep the tight end in the back end. Try the other side. Diggs, who has long arms, just able to get in there and get a hand on the football. His receiver had a step. The ball was perfectly thrown.
Members of the secondary from last year's national championship team that went on to the NFL. 3 on active squads, 2 on practice squads. So that was a lot. And they have to feel like they have to score a lot tonight with the way their defense has played all year. The pass deflected. And the University of Texas. This is a different Mac Brown. But like our pal Mac, this Mac is pretty good at what he does too. Sends it out of bounds. So the ranked foes, the all-time record in FBS football, Damian Harris collared, but another the defensive coordinator. He thinks they're going to be better. He actually liked the way they played in the win against Texas.
Easy plays down the field.
Josh Jacobs in at running back. Tungo Vailoa checked it down. Henry Ruggs, and the ball is out at the end of the play on a big hit. The Rebels have it in bounds.
This is excellent defense. They made Tungo Vailoa throw the ball underneath, and then they gang tackled. And I think before the Ruggs was down, the ball was ripped out.
It was coming out for sure. Wahmed Sanogo in there. Jalen Julius. He seemed to be the key player in knocking it away from Henry Ruggs, who was fired up to play Ole Miss tonight for a lot of reasons, including C.J. Moore recovered the fumble for Ole Miss. Here's Scotty Phillips. Just the 8th player ever to rush for 200 yards in a game for Ole Miss. Ta'amu has good feet, throws on the run. Out of bounds. Intended for DK. Looked like Alabama was offside. Might be a freebie for Tom. Oh, Metcalf looked like he pushed off from here.
Patrick Surtain.
Defense. Number 92, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Defensive back to the Miami Dolphins. Ta'amu's pass deflected on 3rd down and 5, and it falls incomplete. Return. True freshman out of Houston. Tumbling rugby style punt and a little too much on it. Back we go. Tied at 7. Tua Tagovailoa steps up, throws a little too high for the tight end. They faked it to Jacobs. Tagovailoa plus in both games. They've never started a year with 3 straight 50-point games. Tagovailoa still on target on 3rd down. And Jerry Jeudy is in the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
He beat Zedrick Woods, but I put this on C.J. Moore, the other safety, for not being over the top of the defense. Wesley McGriff said, we cannot give up the middle of the field, and we've got to know where 4 is all the time. The other safety
said, can't give up the middle of the field. We can't give up explosive big plays with offensive player. They didn't do any of it. And now Ole Miss trails for the first time tonight after the Bullivus extra point. Lots of big plays here in Oxford. That's a 79-yard touchdown. They do it tonight. They're 3 touchdown underdogs at home against the defending national champs. Joseph Bullivus down to Elijah Moore.
averaged 37 yards apiece.
Scotty Phillips, nice run on 1st down for the Rebels. Play fake to Phillips. They want to throw it on 2nd and 1, and it's dropped.
When they get nice opportunities.
Ta'amu hands it off on the run. Phillips into the secondary, across midfield, and down to the 40.
Fast, and Alabama was not set on defense. Mac Wilson, the new signal caller, got blocked by the tight end Cooley, and a 1st down. Played a tempo team last week.
Holding. Offense, number 1. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 3rd down.
Wow. Run by Scotty Phillips.
After forcing the foul, the ball still made the line of the game. It'll be 1st down, Ole Miss.
Okay, that makes more sense.
There might be a lot of flags on both sides. Isaiah Willard, the backup running back, is in. On target, A.J. Brown.
Last year, they really focused on him.
Couple of fakes and a strike for a 1st down, and they're back across
coverage up at the top.
McMillan has taken the place of Wilson at linebacker. Ta'amu trying to take advantage of the single coverage, and he might have been hit as he threw. For Alabama, out of the gun on 2nd and 10. Ta'amu takes off running. He got blasted and fumbled, and Alabama has the football. At the 30.
Your quarterback hit in practice. You want to protect him. You tell him to slide. He goes for a tough run here, and he loses the football. A big hit by Deontay Thompson on a guy who's not used to getting hit in the open field, and he lets go of the football. He's a good runner, but he didn't secure the football there.
Xavier McKinney. Alabama has sandwiched a couple of very short touchdown drives of 3 plays each around their turnover. Tagovailoa across midfield.
Meticulous notes on documenting all the sideline things.
Tom Rinaldi on game day today as well. That pass incomplete. Looked like Devontae Smith.
Started the trend, and they might be right.
Apparently it comes with oxygen. Najee Harris all year. Plenty of time. Tagovailoa. 1st down and much more. Not content to just get past the marker. Jacobs and Harris, the running backs. Najee Harris, they faked it to him. Josh Jacobs, another big play. Najee Harris turns the corner and virtually untouched. Into the end zone.
This is the Wes Jones, number 10, who is in now. Watch him take a bad angle to the football, underestimating the speed of Najee Harris. He's unblocked, but a bad angle. He doesn't even get a hand on him. And another easy running touchdown for the Crimson Tide. This offense has been outstanding through the first 2 weeks, and they don't show any sign of slowing down in this ball game.
Bullivus, who took over mid-game last week. Dreadful defense from Ole Miss. Joseph Bullivus kicks off again, and Elijah Moore, another touchback. Here's Holland. Played 3 series last week, and he did. Played most of the 2nd quarter against Arkansas State, and there's an interception. Thrown into traffic by Ta'amu, and here comes Deontay Thompson. Stumbling down just shy of the 50.
They showed two safeties, which means the middle of the field should be open. But at the snap, one is going to go up and one is going to go back. And that middle safety just read the quarterback. And as Jordan tried to throw deep down the middle, he was reading it and made a play on the football. He thought the middle would be open, but he was fooled by the coverage, and Deontay Thompson made him pay for it.
His second interception of the season, third of his career. Damian Harris, they faked it to him, and Tungo Vailoa slides down with a
to his younger brother, who is now committed to coming to Alabama as well.
Pass incomplete. On 3rd down and 7. What do you expect? You think he was going to throw an incomplete pass on 3rd down? Irv Smith with the 4th touchdown of the
bigger body tight end working against a smaller cornerback, and he throws a perfect pass.
Well, that looked like holding the defensive line around the neck. Joseph Bulovas, another extra point. He might be.
Take a look at the protection. Here's the hold at the top of the screen. That was Lester Cotton, the left guard, who got away with the takedown. But it doesn't take anything away from this throw. And look at Irv Smith use his tight end body and just kind of like he's boxing out for a rebound, box out the defender, and go up and high point the football for another Alabama touchdown.
Second of the season for Irv Smith.
Just about perfect on every down.
The momentum of the game to change when you have them on the ropes. He has a lot of respect for the scoring ability of this Ole Miss team. So 2nd and 5. Scotty Phillips. Deontay Thompson swung him around and sent him backwards. They'll give him. Here's Scotty Phillips. Manages to get outside and has the 1st down. Shoved it. He stayed in the block for Ta'amu, on target to DK Metcalf. 1st down. He got chopped down
for you.
And movement for a false start against the Rebels.
False start. Offense. Number 14. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Todd, you played on some great
teams. With your plan, you got to believe you got enough time to make some plays, because what you don't want to do is force one down the field.
Willard remains the back. Ta'amu faked it to him, and it's incomplete. Trying to fire it to Dawson.
Holding. Offense. Number 50. 10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Sean Rawlings right here. Last week against Southern Illinois, 9 penalty. There's the tackle, the takedown by the center, and that's a hard ask to block win a defensive tackle for Alabama.
Veteran offensive line, and Ta'amu is dumped. Christian Miller, the linebacker. 3rd down, 28. There is a flag down. Jump ball, and almost intercepted. Intended for DK.
Side defense. Number 99. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Right now.
Great. Just a 3-man rush. Ta'amu to the 42-yard line goes A.J.
Pin Alabama deep.
Too much leg again. And that's a waste. Keep kicking
breaking their losing streak with a tie was the most Cleveland thing ever.
Tungo Vailoa all day to throw it.
It's going to be a costly penalty. Another costly penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. 1st down.
I mean, this is well defended. Victor Evans is getting blocked. He's getting buried. He stays with the play. Credit him for hustling, but right there, the throwdown. When he hit him, it was okay, but when he threw him to the ground, that's what drew the flag.
They haven't been able to cover, and they put very little pressure on Tungo Vailoa. Najee Harris. End of 1 in Oxford, 28-7, Alabama. Pass with Tua Tagovailoa at the helm. Fake the toss. Weaves through the defense and gets taken down at the Sophomore Tagovailoa back up to Jalen Hurts a year ago. He's on target to hail Henchheim win. And then won the battle to be the starter in the preseason camp. He's on target for a first down to Devontae.
He's got a lot of those things you can't coach.
Damian Harris, national championship win, 17th in school history for Alabama. And the favorite to win another
that
one
they haven't had in the past.
This is just his third career start. That one dropped as the longest drive of the night in terms of number of plays. Josh Jacobs breaks a tackle, did not get the first down, made it to the 20. Damian Harris stumbled as he tried to put his head down. The second attempt of his career. He made a 39-yarder last week, and that's a low duck hook. All right, Adnan. Great to be working with you tonight. Tim Tebow here in Oxford this weekend with our SEC Nation
right
crew.
Guard number 70.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face. Defense number 49. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
They got Isaiah Buggs for the penalty, but Ole Miss got away with one too. Because Jordan Sims gets a tackle right here, and this is Buggs over here with the hands to the face. Or actually up on the top here is Isaiah Buggs. Greg Little, the left tackle, one of the highest regarded left tackles in college football.
We might have the two best left tackles in college football in this
Tunsil,
game.
who was the last great left tackle they had here.
And a first-round pick. Ta'amu throws a beautiful deep ball, a stride ahead of
3 catches. They need him to step up and make a play.
Third down and 10. Ta'amu under pressure, escapes, has the first down and much more. Slides down.
Your body with the slide.
After the play fake to Scotty Phillips, going deep for single coverage and incomplete. Well covered by Trayvon, former University of Maryland star, and now having a great career with the Minnesota Vikings.
That ball needs to be thrown outside, over the outside shoulder of the receiver. Because
on 2nd and 10, back to the run with Scotty Phillips. He got 3. You'd think 4 down territory here for Coach Matt Luke. Pressure for Ta'amu, running for his life. Throws, caught, DK Metcalf, nope, out of bounds. Save the officials along the near sideline.
He had gone and then tried to come back in to make the catch. Watch. He steps out right here and then comes back in to catch the football.
On this key 4th down. 4-man Alabama rush, but they still get pressure on and a sack. Christian Miller, the strong rush.
You start looking at bodies instead of receivers.
After taking over on downs on first down, it's Josh Jacobs, a nice cut, and he has 11
Syracuse
yards.
had a pretty good team. Floyd Little,
Larry Zonka, and Tom Coughlin were on that team. Alabama's not bad either. Judy, did he stay in bounds? The officials are trying to decide. No, he did not. He's out at the 7-yard line, 1st and goal.
Step, he's working on Montrell Custis. Little stutter step and then just runs by him. And again, Tua is so accurate when he sees him wide open. You see him step out of bounds, but perfect throw again to the outside away from the defender. When a guy's
Jacobs forced to retreat off the handoff, still turned it into a gain, but poised to do so. Josh Jacobs finds a crease and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Watch the double teams. You got a double team here and a double team here and a tight end blocking out. It's just power. Push your way into the end zone.
And perhaps some taunting. There was a flag down after.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 8 on the offense. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. We'll have the try.
This has played defense last year and this year. They should probably stay away from any nicknames. Tosh the boy on defense. Both were position coaches a year ago. Bolivis. Oh boy.
Almost identical to Baker Mayfield's last year through his first 3 games.
Yeah, he's replacing the Heisman Trophy winner, and there really hasn't been any drop on a hot night. The temperature's still in the high 80s here in Oxford.
that are ready to take on bigger roles.
3rd down and 1, and Phillips dropped for a loss. Big loss. Sophomore season.
Watch just inside. Now this is kind of a bare defense. They're covering up both guards in the center, and Quinnen Williams, who has been a disruptive force all season. He doesn't look as imposing.
Who is the 13th player taken in the draft this year. The first round, one of 4 first-round picks off the Alabama campus. He was drafted by the Redskins. Here's Jalen Waddle. Whoa, that might have saved the touchdown for Ole Miss.
Very exciting young receiver, returner, outstanding short space quickness, can really make people miss, and you add him to that trio of sophomore wide receivers and the tight end Irv Smith.
Tosses it to Najee Harris. Nice cut. He got 8 on 1st down.
And this brings I'm approaching it that way. I'm not thinking about red shirts. It'd be interesting to see where Jalen comes on that opinion.
He's a junior, chased out of bounds by Kevontae Ruggs, among the all-time leaders in several categories at Alabama. He's throwing to the end zone for a touchdown to Jerry Jeudy with Montrell Custis in coverage. 22-yard touchdown.
Now, again, he's the go-to guy. This is a perfect throw by Jalen Hurts. But you can't let this guy get off the ball without any collision. You've got to stop his momentum. He's too good, and the quarterbacks are too accurate to give him that kind of a. That pass right there showed me what I've seen.
Involved. Great initiative, and salute all the teachers who have helped these young men get to where they are. After some hesitation, Elijah Moore decided to try to run one back, and why not? Down 42-7. Here comes a flag. Excellent return.
During the return, holding the receiving team, number 14. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
DK Metcalf guilty.
Ironically, his son also plays on this Ole Miss team, Bryce Matthews.
Scotty Phillips on 1st down. And Knox came here largely for the academics. He was a walk-on, not on scholarship when he arrived.
Tight end.
Ta'amu goes down. Mac Brown, the punter, sophomore from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Jalen Waddle from midfield, retreating.
Yeah, he waved his hand. He's trying to act like he didn't. But Willie Taggart era not off to a great start.
Yeah, a couple of the new coaches off to rough starts. Nebraska losing over $1 million to go to Lincoln today. They got almost $1 million to win in Baton Rouge against the Tigers last year. Devontae Smith taken across because of weather, and I think that really threw them off. They were supposed to play Akron. Jalen Hurts carries for a 1st down. Plus, you're always one injury away, which happened. They've had to play a walk-on now the last 2 weeks at Nebraska.
Well, and that's kind of what we're seeing here with Alabama. We got 2
off the bench for 44 yards and a touchdown. Approaching a minute and a half to go in the half. Hurts, a terrific runner. Knew exactly where he needed to get.
A year ago against this Rebel defense.
Yeah. Individually and as a team.
The only guy playing the same position as a year ago.
In a preseason first-team All-American, a screen, and Henry Ruggs makes it 48-7 Alabama with under a minute to go in the half on a 13-yard.
Last couple years, he's the center now. Watch number 71 on the screen get downfield, get a block on Ruggs' brother, and Ruggs, the senior, takes it into the end zone. Block, hold, grab.
It looked like Kevontae wanted a shot at his brother, got grabbed by the jersey for a moment. He still did get there, but his brother was already in the end zone.
In Birmingham Southern by scoring over 50.
Our director, Scott Johnson, was working those games. We wish Scott a happy birthday. Celebrated earlier this week. Elijah Moore.
I can see maybe now why they have.
The return, illegal block in the back, receiving team, number 85. Half the distance from to the goal. 1st down.
Big difference for the St. Louis Cardinals this year. At least it seems to have. Isaiah Willard, the ball carrier. Alabama does have all 3 times.
And happy for Tua. And his handling of his situation has given him as much respect.
But as you said, it's clear that Jalen Hurts is an improved thrower this season. Willard did not get a 1st down, and that'll be the final play. of the first half. It started so well for Ole Miss. They scored a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage, but it's been 49 straight points for Alabama since. And the Crimson Tide will receive the second half kickoff from Luke Logan. Josh Jacobs stays on his feet, gets by the kicker. They have an angle on him, and they take him down from behind. Inside the 20.
They ranked 91st and still won the national championship. Coming into the game tonight.
Najee Harris, the running back, dropped for a 2-yard loss. He stays in there. Hurts pass incomplete. Looking
apparently something else.
Najee Harris dragging tacklers with him. Woo. Josh Jacobs and Benito. Wayne County High School. 3rd down and 6. Hurts off his back foot. Flags down. Incomplete pass. Officiating crew.
Holding on the defense on an eligible receiver doing a legal forward pass play. The penalty is half the distance from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Judy's in the slot. I think this is where the grab was right there. You saw his jersey get pulled as the ball was in the air. Ball a little bit thrown behind.
Yeah. 3 catches, 136 yards. Josh Jacobs could not get away from highly regarded coaches in the building as analysts as well. And is that a catch? It looks like it is. Devontae Smith with the touchdown, and Alabama becomes the first team in the history of the SEC, which dates back to 1933, to score 50 points or more in each of the first 3 games of the season.
If you throw this ball in the right place to the back shoulder, it's just impossible to defend. They'll probably take a look to see if it hit the ground.
The previous play is under further review.
Bobbling it there. Yeah, I don't think that's going to stand as a completed touchdown.
Bill?
Incomplete.
The ruling is that the pass was incomplete. Ball will be placed at the previous spot. It'll be 3rd down.
Todd hit it right on the head.
So it's 3rd down and goal, and they have not gotten above 50 points for the 3rd straight game yet. Hurts stumbled last week. Here's Bulovas. Ibid. 52 points. That's 3 straight games with more than 50. First team in the SEC to start a season that way. Congratulations. A lot of the folks who are here have already made their way back toward the square, the Grove, for some refreshments perhaps. Bulovas with another touchback. Here's Adnan Verk. Meyer. They're in a battle there for sure. Ohio State averaged 64.5 points per game in their first 2
Played in a very hostile environment, College Station, a week ago. But they haven't looked.
Last year when Shea Patterson got injured, since transferred to Michigan, the pass is batted down to the line of scrimmage by Anthony Jennings.
Substitution infraction, defense. 12 players in the formation, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Punted 5 times in the first half. Jalen Waddle back deep. Brown back 37 yards.
Clearly the go-to guy.
He's had 2 touchdown receptions in each of their 3 games this year. Najee Harris.
Ridley was clearly the lead receiver, the main guy they went to. This year's pass offense completely different in terms of how the ball is distributed.
Dable came out of the NFL and had the approach that he was going to, in each play, put his best receiver in the number 1.
They are all equally part of this pass offense.
Screen on 2nd and 11. Here's Henry Ruggs, very close to the first down.
With the group they have. And part of that's the receivers, and part of it's a quarterback who can read through progressions extremely well.
Calvin Ridley, the 1st-round pick, one of the 4 that Alabama.
Every game because of how good their offense is going to be. And so far, that has been right on point.
Big lead, play clock all the way down, too far down. Midway through the 3rd quarter. Flag down for delay of game against Alabama.
Well, your quarterback should see that, but I'm kind of surprised nobody on the sideline didn't call
defense coordinator at UCLA, been around a long time. He's in their building as an analyst. You know, these guys would be the top assistant on many staffs. C.J. Moore, the interception for Ole Miss. Those talented sophomore wide receivers. After the interception, they took a look at the replay and deemed that C.J. Moore was down. His knee hit the ground at the front,
too. Holly's probably got
Holly knows everything about all of these turnover things. Maybe that they just don't want him to get off the bench. Jordan Ta'amu.
You have seen a little life after that turnover.
Yep, they're trying to take something away from this, and right on cue, an interception and a touchdown for Xavier McKinney.
You know, Xavier McKinney is right here, and again, it looks like two safeties that are going to split, but he's going to work to the middle and just kind of bait Ta'amu into the throw. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback the whole time, and he picks it off. That's a case where the quarterback's eyes were outside, did not see the inside defender, and threw it right to him.
First career interception for Xavier McKinney.
Last week in one of their home games. They have not played well tonight, but they still have.
Remember, his brother was the starting quarterback here. Tom is now on the staff. He said it was pretty cool when you're in the 7th or 8th grade to drive. Third and 9. Ta'amu taken down by Jamie. He was going to introduce the coach, and they were delighted. They played very hard from last year. Many of them said they were playing in large part to make sure that Coach Luke got the job going forward. Mac Brown's punt goes out honeymoon because of his history in this state and in this program. New quarterback in, third of the night. Jones appeared briefly in each of the first 2 games against Louisville and Arkansas State. You know you're hammering people. Miller Forrestall, number 87. Deep down the depth chart at tight end, also in the game. Robinson bumped out of not, and he's one of the real likable guys in coaching. But I think if the defense continues to play
is wide receiver and left tackle, and defensively they just, I don't know that they've recruited the same level as they have offensively.
And the first completion of his career for Mac Jones, who had thrown 2 passes rather prior to tonight.
Took a big shot too. Tisdale got a big hit on the quarterback.
Tisdale's a guy who could help improve this defense as the season goes along. Brian Robinson inside the 20. In the military, needed to be closer to home with his mother. So Bill Davis, the late Bill Davis, was his coach at Savannah State, offered him a job. Alabama's outscored Ole Miss here in the third, 10-0. Robinson close to the first. On to the fourth quarter we go. Alabama leading 59-7 and in possession of the ball as their drive continues. Mac Jones, Momo. He's going Ole Miss. When it's 59
play that wasn't there.
Robinson stood up and gang tackle.
Same high school.
Third down and 12. Mac Jones runs out of time and gets taken down. Perhaps a chance to build a little confidence for Joseph Bulovas from 44, and that one almost dead center.
Great start for the Cincinnati Bengals. Andy Dalton, former TCU Horned Frog. Of course, TCU in a great game tonight with Ohio State right now down in Texas.
Or talk some stuff at each other.
Yeah.
Jordan Ta'amu, a little option look, and here's Tylen Knight thrown across.
His whole rhythm has been disrupted. He has not had a good ball game, but he's still out there. And this is
just one.
Well, here's what happens when you play Alabama. Nick Saban and his base defense.
Mac Brown to punt. Trayvon Diggs back deep this time. And he makes a fair catch at the 24 while they get warmed up. He scored the first touchdown each of their first 2 games against Louisville and Arkansas State. Whistles and flags to stop the play, but didn't stop Kadir Shepard.
Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Scott Lashley back up tackle in there. Mac Jones, the quarterback. And Brian Robinson continues at running back. He gets stopped for a loss.
I didn't even know they ranked those guys. Maybe they rank punters and kickers and long snappers.
Now that we've moved from ESPN to ESPN News, does this count as 2 appearances tonight in our contracts?
Offense number 10.
So.
5-yard penalty.
Always
3rd down.
looking for the silver lining in anything. We thank them. Looms is one of their toughest road tests of the season. Yeah. Obviously, it hasn't been very tough. Robinson gets them back across the. Skylar DeLong to punt. Is that the first time I've said that tonight? I think it might be.
Opponents, but on the road, really only that game at LSU.
It'll be double-digit favorites, you would think, in all of their. But we haven't really talked about Tamu's backstory. He's the starting quarterback here. We mentioned earlier, no D1 offers out of high school want to play it. But he wasn't even the starter his first year there. He had a magnificent second season. And
Number 2 offense, and particularly the quarterbacks, the same number of plays. And so when Shea Patterson was hurt last year, they like to play. When they've got it rolling, they're playing extremely fast.
On the punt again. You know, you like the nice stories. Mac Brown, a good guy.
Once you put that box up to your mouth, you just start chugging the popcorn. I think that's the end of someone else reaching into the popcorn box, is it not? We'll monitor the behavior of the other 10 people who are still here as well.
Mac Jones handed it off to Jerome. I don't know how many people dressed tonight for Alabama, but I think they've all played. 3-hour trip. Did you find it odd that they flew? Skylar DeLong, shockingly another very highly recruited punter who wound up at Alabama. U.S. Army.
Obviously he's talented, but his efficiency is remarkable. I mean, there's just very few wasted plays. I mean, every decision is a good decision.
Todd,
Wow.
He's probably saying we should have done this while the game was still on ESPN.
not that we don't love being on ESPN News, which is you need to prepare harder for these games.
The rest of us were doing namaste this morning at the local yoga. What a win.
Final score 62-7. 516 yards of offense for Alabama as the Tide called off the Dogs in the second half.